Hey there! Today I am bringing you a very sensitive topic to me and probably a lot of you out there who struggle with this as well, and that is the challenges of overeating tendencies. So, as you guys know, in the last about month and a half, I have had a lot of stress in my life, and that definitely triggers my overeating tendencies. And I just wanted to talk about it a bit in case anybody else is out there struggling as well. So, as I said in my life update section of my last update video, I did gain 8 pounds in the last about 2 weeks of September. And that was because of overeating. I have noticed that I tend to overeat when I am feeling bad, sad in some way, stressed. People call that an emotional eater. I do believe I am an emotional eater. And why I think that happens is because when you eat something that tastes good, you feel good for a brief moment. So when you're feeling really bad, whether it's you're feeling stressed or sad about something, your body naturally looks for ways to feel better. And because you remember feeling good after eating something that tastes good, your body can go to that for a way to remedy the way that you feel. So I really don't feel like there's anything necessarily wrong about being an emotional eater. It just can be detrimental to your weight loss goals, obviously. So for me in particular, I think it was helpful to identify why I kind of overeat, especially during stressful times, to then help me kind of remedy that. So first, I do want to tell you guys, don't beat yourself up for trying to make yourself feel better and doing it in a way that might have been not as beneficial to your health as you would have liked. It's not helpful to beat yourself up, and I feel like that can also cause additional negative feelings, which can cause you to overeat more. So there's really no benefit of beating yourself up. Try your best not to do that because you're not doing yourself any favors. Additionally, some tips that I think are helpful to minimize overeating. One, I think it's very helpful for me in particular to be drinking liquids throughout the day. That kind of helps me feel full without actually being full per se. And then also I've been using diet soda a lot. Drinking a diet soda, let's say, with dinner kind of makes you feel a lot fuller as you're eating, so you'll be able to eat less. So that is something that was really helpful in me losing the 8 pounds that I had gained. Another tip that is helpful to minimize overeating is if you have that tendency to overeat, try and overeat in things that are very low in calories. So overeat on a salad, like make a big humongous salad and eat that. Try and make it tasty so you do get that feeling of feeling better, like by having a really yummy salad dressing on it, let's say. Or I put the holy guacamole, spicy guacamole that I love so much on it, kind of like a dressing, and that gave it spice and it gave it so much flavor, and it's higher in fat, so hopefully it'll make me satiated as well. Try and use remedies like that to eat a lot of volume, to make you feel like you're eating a lot, and it not be detrimental to your health. Because I'm a very firm believer that you should not fight against your body's tendencies. So I think it's really unproductive to fight against your cravings to want to overeat. Now, I'm not saying go and overeat like I did. I'm saying if you are feeling like you want to eat a lot, try and do it in healthier ways so that you don't derail yourself from your weight loss goals like I did. So this is just more something that I've discovered in the last 10 days to help me get the weight off while I'm still pretty stressed. So additionally, I think it's very helpful to just have things that do have a good amount of fat content, because that does satisfy cravings, I've noticed in myself in particular. Also, I think it's a good idea to make sure you are satisfying your cravings in some way. Within reason. If you're craving a pizza, don't go and buy a pizza at the local pizzeria. Why don't you have a Quest pizza? Because I know for me in particular, if I try and fight my cravings, I just lose. If I want a cupcake, but I make Jello, that's not going to satisfy that craving. So I'll eat the Jello, but then I'll still want a cupcake. So then I got to find something else to try and satisfy that craving. Rather, if I had just had a Smart Cake cupcake, then that would have satisfied my craving for a cupcake without having all these additional foods in between that led me to having a Smart Cake cupcake. Does that make sense? So I think listening to your cravings will actually help you too. You just have to kind of pivot your cravings to make a more keto-friendly or health-conscious choice with satisfying those cravings. So I found that to be really helpful in making sure my feeling of craving goes away, but I didn't derail my weight loss. Because that's the thing. People who haven't had strong cravings, it's hard for them to wrap their heads around how a feeling could be so difficult to move past. And this is the thing. Feelings rule our whole life. If you're feeling bad about work, it could affect how you feel throughout your day. You might not be able to enjoy your son doing something amazing, or your cat's doing something funny, because you are already in a bad mood because of what happened at work. So feelings do control our life, and cravings are just that. It is a feeling. So having a strong craving for a cupcake, let's say, it's not something, and those of you who have experienced it know, it's not something you can just ignore. It's not something you can just move past. It's not something we'll just focus your energy on this. It's not that easy. If it was that easy, we would have done it. So what I find to be more helpful than just saying, we'll just get over it, is to try and find remedies to deal with that craving, because it's not going to go away just by you ignoring it. Plain and simple. Another tip to help minimize your overeating is exercise. I know whenever I do some sort of physical activity, it really suppresses my hunger or any sort of feeling towards food while I'm doing that sort of physical activity, and also a bit after I finish doing the physical activity. I am not currently exercising. I actually haven't been exercising for a while, at least over a year. My herniated disc causes me a lot of pain and discomfort, so I don't want to do anything to tempt that. But if you do exercise, or even if it's like going for a walk, lifting weights, something like that, it can help take your mind off of food, and also just suppress that feeling of wanting food. Because I don't know about you guys, but getting my heart rate up and sweating doesn't make me want food. So food is kind of the furthest thing from my mind if I am working up a sweat. So that could be something that helps you too. And I think my last tip is to set a time limit for when you are able to eat. So let's say you make your dinner at 6 and eat at 6. Make sure you don't eat anything else after that, or maybe after your dessert from dinner. So let's say you had dinner at 6 and you had dessert at 6:30. Nothing else after that. What I have noticed about myself is I'll be like, I just want something a little sweet. No. That little something sweet turns into another little something sweet and another little something sweet. And before you know it, you've had 800 calories after dinner. You're going to gain weight. It's just facts. So, especially with keto foods that are very high in fat, it's so easy to overeat. I'm not a fan of intermittent fasting. It does not work for me. It triggers my binge eating tendencies. I had tried it for probably about 6 months, and it resulted in no net weight loss. So it's not beneficial for me. And I think people who struggle with overeating or binging, I think it could be really detrimental to their overall perspective about weight loss and themselves. So I don't recommend intermittent fasting if you struggle with overeating or binge eating, but I do think it's helpful to put a cutoff to when you're gonna stop eating. So I think eating late is a very easy way to gain weight. And what I have noticed is when I have one thing that kind of re-stimulates my taste buds, well, then I start craving another thing and another thing and another thing. So that is what I would recommend doing. Minimize yourself to just having your dinner and then maybe a dessert, and then that's it, nothing else. And if you do start feeling a craving to have a little something else, have a diet soda or a sparkling water or a juice. Do not have a food. If you have a liquid, it could help satisfy that craving of having a different flavor, but then also it's not going to be high in calorie, not going to be high in carbs or fat, but it will suppress your craving and your want for anything else because it is giving you a flavor, but it's not actually food that's going to make you gain weight. So that is what I recommend for managing overeating. Overeating is a really hard thing to get over. I have been trying to manage my overeating, and previously tracking has been helpful in managing my overeating, but with not being able to track just because I've been strapped for time, it's been hard to keep my overeating in check because it's something that's easy to overlook. You don't really realize all of these little meals that you're having or snacks that you're having add up to a lot for the day. So I completely understand if any of you guys are struggling with overeating. These are the things that I have noticed helped me from overeating for about 2 weeks to then being able to lose that weight really quickly. Like I said, I did gain 8 pounds over the last 2 weeks in September, which is awful. I don't think I've ever lost weight in 2 weeks except for bouncing back from the last 2 weeks in September. So I get it. It's stressful times for everyone right now. And it's hard to be always thinking of weight loss when there's a million other things going on. I know I've seen a couple videos of people who have kind of said the same thing. They've fallen off the wagon. Stress has just gotten into them. And they feel really bad about it, and it kind of compelled me to make this video because although I did understand that, and maybe if I had seen a video in late September like this, maybe it would have made me feel a little bit better. So I hope that this can help someone out there who's maybe in the thick of it feel a little bit better, because just because you're feeling this way doesn't mean it has to derail your whole weight loss journey. And even if you do get derailed like I did and gain 8 pounds in a very short amount of time, that is not the end of your weight loss journey. Just because you gain weight very quickly does not mean you will not lose that weight. If it does happen to you, dust yourself off and move forward and think about how you're going to improve your diet and make sure that that doesn't happen to you again. Or think about ways that you can remedy the damage that you did do over that span of time that you were gaining. What anxiety has really helped me to realize is that there's no reason to harp on things, whether it's what could happen in the future or what has happened in the past. Harping about it does not help. All we can do is try and learn from it and then press on. So if any of you are out there struggling, you 100% got this. You can do it. You will do it. You got it. So I hope this video was helpful to you guys. Anyone out there struggling, you're always welcome to send me an email. Drop me a comment in the comment section. I'm here for you guys. I don't want anyone out there feeling like they're struggling and they don't know what to do. If you're feeling bad on your standard American diet and you want to switch to keto, let me know. I'm here to help. I really do want to help you guys. Keto has made me feel so much more amazing than I ever thought I could. It's allowed me to lose weight like I never could before. I actually weigh less now than I did when I was 16. It's made me feel amazing. It's improved my life so much. I want to be able to help others find that same way of improving their lives. So if you need any help, let me know and I'll do the best that I can. At the very least, if I'm just someone to talk to, shoot me an email. I always respond. It might not be within the hour that you had sent it, but I will respond and I'm here to help. So that's all I have for you guys. I hope this was helpful. I will see you in the next video. Bye guys.